We all know WWE loves their long-term storytelling, particularly Triple H. So, we're going to go take a look at every current WWE main roster championship, and we're going to see exactly who will dethrone each champion on this list. If you're going to enjoy the video, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, turn the post notification bell, and let's jump straight into it. First on the list, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. Now, this one is big for me because this is why Money in the Bank, right? This is why you did not need to squander the Money in the Bank briefcase. Jay could have won the Money in the Bank briefcase, or literally anybody else could have won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Finn Balor could have won the Money in the Bank briefcase. It would have done nothing different. However, it would have given us a better opportunity, because who's beating this man Gunther? Who's beating him? A lot of people haven't watched NXT, so a lot of people don't know that Ilya possibly is next up on the list, and Ilya could dethrone Gunther. However, we got to go off of WWE logic, and that's not my pick, right? There's only two options for anybody that can dethrone Gunther, and that's either Seth Rollins or El Campeon Damian Priest. WWE backed themselves into a corner here with this one, and I honestly think that either Damian Priest or Seth Rollins makes the most sense. We know he has a match coming up right now at Bash in Berlin against the Viper Randy Orton, but we know he's not winning that match because Randy Orton is going to go on and feud with Cody Rhodes. More on that later. So my first pick for the first championship, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, I have to go with either Damian Priest or Seth Rollins. I can't make the pick between the two, so I'm just going to throw it up in there and toss it up in the air. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Next on the list is the WWE Tag Team Championship. Judgment Day currently holds these titles on Raw. Who's going to be next to dethrone them? I'm going to give a hot take and say the Final Testament. Now, obviously, that doesn't make any type of sense whatsoever. I would just love the Final Testament to dethrone them. I mean, we all know Xavier Woods is eventually going to excommunicate himself from New Day. Obviously, Kofi aligning himself with Odyssey Jones. Finally, Odyssey Jones getting some work, and he's not just chilling and catering, which is amazing. So I want to say Xavier Woods joins the Final Testament. Maybe. One could hope. And I want to say that Xavier Woods and, let's just say, Karrion Kross. Now, obviously, that probably won't happen. None of this probably will happen. But I would just love the Final Testament to beat the Judgment Day. Nobody else, unless WWE form a random tag team like Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, that also could make sense. I mean, I think they do have a tag team title opportunity coming up anyway, so that could make the most sense. Stay tuned for Raw so we can see what's going on next. So the best option would be Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. However, I'm just going to give a fun take, and I just want the Final Testament to beat them. So, hey, my choice is the Final Testament. The Intercontinental Champion. Now, he is a badass. He is Braun. Breaker. Who's gonna beat Braun Breaker? Ilya Dragunov. Point blank, period. That's the only guy that makes the most sense right now. It's not Jey Uso. It's not gonna be Jey Uso. Now, we all know it's gonna be an Intercontinental Championship Contender Tournament coming up, I believe, starting on Raw. So stay tuned for that. I want to just throw my hat in the bag and just say Ilya Dragunov will win this tournament. I don't even know if he's in the tournament. We know Jey Uso's in it. I don't want to say Jey Uso because I'm not going to lie. We know Jey isn't winning any titles. Triple H likes him. He's over. However, he won't pull a trigger on him. By now, we've given up. I've given up. So, hey, I don't know what your opinion is on that, but hey, I've given up. So I'm going to say Ilya Dragunov. Ilya makes the most sense storyline-wise with Braun Breaker, and Triple H loves long-term storytelling. It's not Ricochet. So for those who don't know, Ricochet has signed a multi-year deal with AEW, and so it's not going to be Ricochet. So final answer, we're going to go Ilya Dragunov. Next on the list is the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Now, Liv Morgan currently hosts this championship, so we're just going to get it over with. Mommy makes the most sense to dethrone Liv Morgan, right? Like, nobody else makes sense currently right now. Rhea Ripley is so over right now. She is going to take that title from Liv eventually. I don't know how long and I don't know when, but I'm loving what Triple H is doing with Liv right now. I love Liv Morgan and I love Mommy. So, I mean, quite frankly, right now, I'm loving what Liv is doing right now. Her and this whole storyline with Judgment Day and Dom, her daddy Dom. I'm loving what this storyline is doing. I'm loving what they're doing. We all know it's gonna go beyond Bash in Berlin. Bad Blood is coming up, so we already know that Mommy and Liv has to happen in Bad Blood. We know that. That's why Triple H saved us from that match early on by just giving us this mixed tag team match coming up in Bash in Berlin. So my final answer is Rhea Ripley will eventually reclaim her Women's World Heavyweight Championship. The Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire hold these titles. I do believe in Bash in Berlin, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are challenging them for the tag team titles. So this kind of changed my whole list. So I thought Pure Fusion Collective, which is a stupid name, honestly, which consists of Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville. That was my pick up until I watched Friday Night SmackDown. So we know that match is happening in Bash in Berlin, and my pick would have been Pure Fusion Collective. However, Jade Cargill and Bianca are challenging for these titles, and let's be honest, they dog them every time they fight, and it's a one-on-one match. So unless Pure Fusion Collective or Damage Control, unless one of those two tag teams interfere in this Bash in Berlin match, then Jade Cargill and Bianca will reclaim these titles. So in my opinion, it's gonna be Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair to reclaim these championships. But if somebody does interfere and Pure Fusion Collective somehow gets involved, that is my ultimate pick to take these tag team titles. The WWE Championship. Now, Kevin Owens is challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship in Bash in Berlin. Now, we know Kevin isn't winning this match. It would be fun if he did. You know, it's been a while since Kevin held any gold. It would be amazing. However, we know he's not winning this match. Now, to go off of what I said earlier, Randy Orton is not beating Gunther in Bash in Berlin. They're not going to let Gunther lose in Germany. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. So I do believe Randy Orton does challenge Cody Rhodes, you know, and I want to say, now this is just a hot take, I want to say heel Randy turns heel, you know, punk Cody in the skull, something like I want to say Randy Orton, heel Randy, takes the title off of Cody Rhodes. Now, in a perfect world, that makes the most sense in my head. But hey, I'm not a promoter, I'm not a booker, I'm just a WWE mark. It's inevitable that this feud will happen. I mean, Bad Blood is coming up. It's inevitable that this feud is gonna happen. So my final prediction, I do believe Randy Orton. It would be amazing if Randy does reclaim a championship. Randy needs his 15th title anyway, so in my opinion, I wanna go Randy Orton. So Randy Orton makes the most fun pick right here for this one, so I'm gonna go Randy Orton final answer. The World Tag Team Championship. Now we know the new bloodline, your bloodline, not my bloodline. That's not my bloodline. Tangaloa and Tama Tonga are the WWE Tag Team Champions. They're the World Tag Team Champions. So Solo stripped Jacob Fatu last night on SmackDown of the World Tag Team Champion and made him give it to Tangaloa. Now he did that because he wanted to promote him as his solo enforcer. That's right, Jacob Fatu got a promotion, which means he's probably gonna go after. You know, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it. So first off, let me give you my prediction. I think Roman Reigns spoil the New Bloodlines Tag Team Championship matches. I do believe the Street Profits somehow take these titles off of the New Bloodline, and it's going to be because of Roman. Roman's going to be the cause of it. So final answer, Street Profits. Now we can talk about it. The United States Championship. LA Knight currently holds this title, and I do believe Jacob Fatu takes his title off of him. It only makes sense. It literally only makes sense for him to take this title off of LA Knight. Now, I know it's a little early, so LA Knight isn't going to drop it just yet. This could be a feud that could be going on down the line for months. So for right now, I want to say LA Knight holds on to it for a little bit, but overall, Jacob Fatu takes this championship. Nobody else makes sense right now, so I want to say Jacob Fatu. Last but certainly not least, the Women's Championship, the WWE Women's Championship. Nia Jax currently holds this title, and I'm not gonna lie, for you to not be impressed with what Nia Jax is doing right now, you're a liar. You're a liar. Not enjoying Nia Jax right now is just critical. It's crucial at this moment, which is horrible. It's horrible. You're not enjoying it. Come on, man. How? Who is going to be Nia Jax's kryptonite?
It's Tiffy time.
That's right. Tiffy time. Now, I do believe Tiffany Stratton does cash in on Nia Jax. I just believe that Tiffy does it more so as a face. Now, I personally think this because the way Nia Jax been treating Tiffany in a kind of sense, it just makes the most sense, right? I think Tiffany kind of gets sick of her like, bro, you're doing too much. Like, I hold the women's briefcase. Like, I hold Money in the Bank. I am Mrs. Money in the Bank. I am Mrs. Tiffy in the Bank. I'm going to cash in on you, Nia. And I believe that's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to take advantage of a vulnerable Nia who's going to get attacked after a match or get beat up really bad in the match. And Tiffany's just going to get sick of her and just let her have it. Now, when will it happen? We don't know. Tiffany pretty much has a whole 11 months left to cash in. So, hey, who knows? We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. And I also don't want Nia to have a short reign, you know, but I know Triple H is pretty much just going to build this reign around Tiffany having this briefcase. So, hey. Final prediction, Tiffany Stratton. But hey, if there's any of them that I missed, let me know in the comments down below. Is there any of them that you agree with, disagree with? Also, let me know in the comments down below. I respond to all comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you go on to like the video. Smash the subscribe button if you're new. Turn the post notification bell so you won't miss the part 2, which I will be doing all of NXT current champions as well. I watch NXT as well. So hey, hopefully you do too. See you guys in the next one. Peace.